Hey guys, welcome back to Feather's Charm. I'm Feather and welcome to this episode of the My Bullet Journal Journey series. Now before I get into it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share and follow me here on YouTube, on my social media channels, on my website and on Patreon. Your donations really help me make more content like this. And if you'd like, please check out the previous episodes of this series so you can get ideas and inspiration for your own bullet journals. And one final note, I do apologize for the lateness of this video. I did promise to have it up by the 1st, and I just could not find the time or the energy to do it, purely because my actual workplace has been rather busy and hectic, and I just haven't had the physical energy to film or edit this video. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start by flipping through November, so to recap the previous episode and to show you what November had been like for me. As you can see, in terms of my daily focuses, I was rather busy, and I did start scheduling all the things that I needed to do for Feather's Charm, and in weeks 2 and 3, I managed to do a lot of these things and implement the ideas I wanted to put through, but then work kind of caught up with me and I just could not find the energy or the mental capacity to carry out the work I needed to do for this video. So I had to push everything back like a week. I filmed this I think on the 29th. And I just couldn't get the edit done in time. But we're here now and it's December, so let's get started. I start by creating these branches in a brown fine liner, and it is one of my favorite fine liners. It is by Staedtler. Of course, it's the Tripe Plus fine liner. This one is in brown or sort of dark brown. I also use their Tripe Plus fiber tip pen in this sort of emerald green, and I create these sort of leaves and branches and holly leaves and things like that. I also have a new marker this time. This one is by Arteza. It's their acrylic marker. It's in metallic apple green A715. And I do love this green. So the metallic colors don't quite come out in the video, but oh my goodness, in real life it is beautiful and actually much better than the star ones that I used to have. So I bought new markers for that purpose. I also use this red color by Staedtler, again the Tripe Plus fiber tip pens. I also use this acrylic marker by Arteza. This is the metallic bubble gum pink, A703. I use it to sort of outline the holly berries that you see here, as well as, yes, my standard rose. So yes, the rose comes back. I also use this acrylic marker, which is the metallic chartreuse, A714. I can't say the name for the life of me, but I use it to create these collection of leaves as well. And yeah, I just carry out this sort of theme throughout December. Now, I know December is all about Christmas, and I did want to have a sort of Christmas vibe to it, but for whatever reason I just didn't think of creating any Christmas trees in this this spread. I didn't think it would work or match the theme I was going for, so instead I used these sort of pine evergreen kind of branches to imitate the sort of branches on a Christmas tree. And I think that it works because I just could not fit the Christmas tree into this. So I'm happy with what I've done. And if you've noticed, I create a pine cone at the bottom of this doodle. I absolutely love it because I've never actually drawn a pine cone before, and I was so worried I wasn't going to make it right, and it looks fabulous. I absolutely love it. It works with the theme I was going for, and as you can see, I use the acrylic marker in gold by Arteza. This is the A700 pen. I also go back to my handy dandy uni pin fine liner by Uniball. I use the different grades, so the 0.5, the 0.3, the 0.8, and the 0.1. Now here you can see I'm using it to kind of give the title a little bit of an outline, but it didn't quite work. I didn't have a steady hand enough, so I just went over it again in the gold, and it makes the title a little darker, which actually works better for this because I thought that the gold was a bit too light. So maybe next time I make it I'll make it a bronze color, but I do like the gold, and it was a bit too bright for the rest of the cover, so I just went over the black, and it works. And I create a black circle to finish off the doodle because I didn't look quite finished, but now with the black circle around it, I absolutely love this spread. I probably should have done something a little bit more with the white space around it. I might do it during December and see what I can do, but for now the cover is absolutely fine. Now we have moved on while I've been talking into the monthly overview and monthly tracker pages. As always, I have a calendar, I have my days of note, I have my monthly tasks on this page, or actually on this page itself. I have those bits and pieces, and I've decided to change up the look of the calendar and the layout of the page itself. So as you can see, I box out the days of the month, and I have an elongated box for the days of note. So instead of actually using the calendar itself, I just use this box for any special events or special occasions that I need to be reminded of. The calendar there is purely for a reminder of how the month of December is laid out for me. The box next to it is the tasks box, and I don't think I need to do too much to that, purely because I myself don't think I need to do too much in terms of Feather's Charm at this point in time. So it's much shorter than the days of note, and right now you see I'm creating these little doodles in the corners, which actually makes the page a lot brighter and a lot more Christmassy. And yes, I now am an expert in doodling pine cones, so that will be scattered throughout December as well. Now you see that there's a lot of white space left on this page. I'm not too sure what I'll do in this white space. I might just make up more doodles, or probably put in some Christmas quotes or some motivational quotes just so that it fills the space. I don't know yet. I might put in some affirmations, but we'll see. They're not big enough for me to do anything too crazy, so once I go through December and I feel like it's necessary, I'll add these quotes in as well. Now you see me creating the tracker here for YouTube. I use these stateless triplus fiber tip pens for the keys. So the red will be 1, the green is 2, and the brown is 3+. And I arranged the trackers like this. And I've removed the Patreon tracker actually, purely because at this point in time, I have not had many Patreon patrons, and I think it might be a little bit of a space waster, so I took it out. And instead, I create this little box here for my Christmas list. So here, I'll be creating lists for presents that I want to buy for people, or things that I need to do for Christmas, and all that. And we'll see what happens in January and February, what I want to do for that as well. And the quote for this month is, I embrace new beginnings. Because it's December, we're just preparing for January. It's time to start embracing the new year that is ahead of us. And now I just do a few more doodles just to fill in any of the blank spaces that I think might be too blank. So a few swirls here and there, a few holly berries, my rose, a few pine branches, and a few leaves. Alright, now we are moving on into the actual weeks themselves. So you can see in the pencil outline briefly that I outlined my boxes at the top of the page. So that is a new layout. I've not done this layout before, I think. I might have done it when I was just trialing out bullet journaling for the first time, but I've not done it since. And it's a new thing for me, and I hope I get it right. And I hope that it actually helps me out, because I'm so used to having the boxes either on one side of the spread or in the middle of the page, and I've not tried this out before, so it's a new experience, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I start off with the Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday because I wanted to go across the entire pages. So if you see the 4 boxes, it'll be in a row. So Monday, Tuesday is on the first page, Wednesday, Thursday is on the second page, and then I move on into the second row. Now, I've created the calendar for the month on each page, and every month so far I've outlined the week that we were in. I forgot to do that this time. I will add it in during the month, so the pen should have dried up by the time I do that. So yeah, if you're doing that, if you're highlighting the week that you're in now with the same pens that I'm using, I would still caution you to outline the week first and then add the calendar on top, because then the black pen won't flood or bleed, whatever the word is. But yeah, just a word of caution, if you're using Stapler, it does cause the black to bleed a little bit. And as you can see, I'm using a sort of calligraphy style of font for my standard pages. I wanted to do something similar to what I did for the titles of the overview and the tracker, so the whole spaced out look, the unevenness to the letters, but there's just not enough space for that, so I just literally defaulted into one of my favorite calligraphy styles, which is what you see here. And on this page, I did my sleep log, my word of the week boxes, and the gratitude box, because they're not quite trackers, but they do help me out throughout the month. And in terms of my language learning, I am learning German. It's a little bit difficult. I'm fairly new to it, so all I remember from starting out using Duolingo is Ich bin eine Frau, which means I am a woman. I'm still learning, so apologies for the terrible pronunciation. I will try to get better as the month progresses. So as you can see, I've dotted the page with doodles. I do add my rows, and I line the boxes, the daily boxes, with small doodles in their corners, as you can see on the first page there. Again, I do have all this white space under all my my trackers. I may include another quote there during the month, but we'll see. It may be a quote, it may be an affirmation, it may be a Christmas lyric, who knows. And so I'll do the same on this page. Now I've changed up my editing style, so you can see all this jump cuts and all that looks like stop motion and everything like that. I like this kind of style. I wanted to try it out for a while now, because, you know, watching me create these pages in speed mode, it's great. You guys can see what's going on, but editing wise it's kind of boring because it's just literally speeding up the videos that I've clipped together. So I decided to create this kind of jumpy style. I feel like it's a little bit more me. And yes, there will be times where I will include speed up versions of me, you know, doodling, using my regular pens, creating the titles and whatnots, but I like to mix it up like this. So if you like this style, let me know. If you like my previous styles where I just do sped up versions, please let me know in the comments below, because that way I know how to create my videos for you guys. And you know, it all depends on what you guys like as well. Plus, if you noticed, this sort of jump cut style also helps with video timing, because some of my videos can get up to 30 minutes if it's just a sped up version alone. And because I want to add more things like more washi tape, more artistic styles, painting maybe one of these days if I have the time. If I want to add watercolors or stickers or make a very artistic bullet journal of less than 30 minutes, it's a little too hard for that. So yeah, the jump cut style might help with that. But if that's not your cup of tea, let me know, because I will see what I can do and adjust my style and maybe use different styles like fade ins and fade outs and all this jazz. So please let me know. I would like to know your comments on how I edit, and if you guys want other styles, I'll see what I can try. So right now it's literally the same thing as before, and I'll let you guys jump into it and I'll stop talking. One more thing, if you had noticed in the flip through earlier for November, I also included my D&D sessions. So yeah, that's also been taking up some of my time during the weeks. So that's why I haven't had much time to edit my video or film it at the very least. I've just been so very tired after work. Not that I'm complaining, I do love the work that I do. I mean, being a barista has always been one of my dreams, and I am pretty obsessed with coffee and the things that go on around it. But having a 10-hour day has just taken its toll, and for the most part I just want to rest, watch some Critical Role, knit, crochet and all that while just relaxing. Creating a bullet journal, it does take a lot of energy, purely because I'm not only using my hands to create these spreads, but also because it's using my creativity, and I need to be sort of on the ball with it. It's not something that I want to do in my spare time. I just want to fill the bullet journal out and that's it. But I also want to have pretty journals, so that's why I don't consider it as a relaxing thing. It's sort of something that I do because I want to do it and because I want to look at something pretty. So yeah. I also mentioned that I am a D&D fan, and it did cross my mind that I could include some of my D&D statistics here in my bullet journal, but there's not enough space in the weekly spread, and I didn't want to extend my monthly spreads too far, and I didn't want to section out my weekly or daily habits. Because then I'll forget to do them. I did that before, actually, before I even started this year. I didn't do it last year, but I did it the year before, where I sectioned out all my habits and I had them at the beginning of the month, and I just left the weekly spreads to be, you know, weekly, so just the days of the week. And I found that incredibly difficult to manage. Because yes, I could include so many more trackers and so many more logs. I was essentially micromanaging myself, and I didn't want to do that. So by including the trackers in my weekly spreads, I could manage what I was tracking and not lose sight of what was more important to me. Having said that, I might make a separate D&D collection at the back of the journal. If you've already seen the mini-series, I might create a spread for that, but we'll have to wait and see, because I haven't been able to work on the collections and the yearly trackers that I wanted to track before. But I will eventually get to it, one of these days. Alright, we are now on to the last page, the monthly review as always. So I always have a sort of diary moment at the top half of the page, and then my totals at the bottom half. So this is the totals for the trackers, for Feather, and for my personal trackers, as well as a little doodle in the corner for the month. I am starting to get tired of the duality of this, and I might eventually change it up one of these days, but since this is in this bullet journal, I've decided to keep it just like I keep the rows, just so that, you know, it's simple and it's easy for me to do and I'm used to it. And that's it. That is the December spread. So we'll take a quick flip through, and as you can see, it's looking a little bit, I wouldn't say bare, but it's actually rather pretty. If you look at it in real life, the metallic pens that I use, they do sort of have this shimmer and sheen to it that just makes it that little extra special. It's like Christmas has come and I am all for it. Like literally, if you look at the pages, they're much lighter than what you see here, but they are very beautiful, and I think I might be obsessed with these metallic pens, and I might use them again in January, so look out for my January spread, and we'll see what happens there. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Again, if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and follow me here on YouTube, on my social media channels, and on Patreon. Your donations really help me make more content like this. And as always, be kind, be creative, and be unique. I'll see you later. Feather out.